Chapter 13, Creating Vision and Strategic Direction. Nick Saban took on one of the most high-profile coaching jobs in college sports. Paul "Bear" Bryant, who led the University of Alabama football team to 6 national championships, is still a hero in Alabama. Even after he left as coach in the early 1980s, the Crimson Tide remained at the top of the Southeastern Conference and was for decades a team to be feared. Then things went wrong. By the time Saban took over as head coach in 2007, the team had suffered through several losing seasons, including some humiliating defeats, and sank to the middle of the SEC rankings. For fans, having the mighty Tide seen as a loser was tough. Hopes were high that Saban could turn things around, but most people thought it would take a few seasons. Saban didn't agree. He came in and revived the once great football team in record time, going 12-0 in the second year. How did he do it? First of all, you've got to have a vision, Saban says. Then you've got to have a plan to implement it. Then you've got to set the example that you want, develop the principles and values that are important, and get people to buy into it. He inspired players with a vision of being at the top of the heap again, being the mighty Crimson Tide of the Bear Bryant legend. He developed a strategy to achieve the vision, including detailed plans for every aspect of the football program. Then, he focused everyone relentlessly on executing the vision and strategy. That's what all successful leaders do. One of the most important functions of a leader is to articulate and communicate a powerful vision that will motivate and energize people toward the future, and then help them implement a plan that will achieve that future. In this chapter, you will learn to explain the relationship among vision, mission, strategy, and mechanisms for execution. Create personal leadership vision. Use the common themes of powerful visions in life and work. Describe 4 basic approaches for framing a noble purpose that followers can believe in. Understand how leaders formulate and implement strategy, and apply the elements of effective strategy. Superior organizational performance is not a matter of luck. It is determined largely by choices leaders make. Top leaders are responsible for knowing the organization's environment, considering what it might be like in 5 to 10 years, and setting a direction for the future that everyone can believe in. Hopes and dreams for the future are what keep people moving forward. Leaders not only tap into dreams for the future to make it a real difference, they link those dreams with strategic actions. Vision has to be translated into specific goals, objectives, and plans so that employees know how to move toward the desired future. This exhibit illustrates 4 possibilities of leadership in providing direction. 4 types of leaders are described based on their attention to vision and attention to action. The person who is low both on providing vision and stimulating action is uninvolved. The leader who is all action with little vision is a doer. The dreamer, on the other hand, is good at providing a big idea with meaning for self and others. To be an effective leader, one both dreams big and transforms those dreams into significant strategic action, either through one's own activities or by hiring other leaders who can effectively execute the vision and strategy. Strategic leadership means the ability to anticipate and envision the future, maintain flexibility, think strategically, and work with others to initiate changes that will create a competitive advantage for the organization in the future. In a fast-changing world, leaders are faced with a bewildering array of complex and ambiguous information, and no two leaders will see things the same way or make the same choices. The complexity of the environment and the uncertainty of the future can overwhelm a leader. In addition, many leaders are inundated with information and overwhelmed by minutiae. One organization can thrive for long term without a clear viewpoint and framework for the future. This exhibit illustrates the levels that make up the domain of strategic leadership. Strategic leadership is responsible for the relationship of the external environment to choices about vision, mission, strategy, and their execution. At the top of Exhibit 13.2 is a clear, compelling vision of where the organization wants to be in 5 to 10 years. A vision is an aspiration for the future. The vision works in concert with the company's mission, its core values, purpose, and reason for existence. The next level in Exhibit 13.2, strategy, responds to the question, how do we achieve the vision? Strategy provides direction for translating the vision into action and is the basis for the development of specific mechanisms to help the organization achieve goals. Strategies are intentions, whereas execution is through the basic organizational architecture, like structure and incentives, that make things happen. Each level of the hierarchy in this exhibit supports the level above it. Strategic leaders don't come naturally, but leaders can develop the necessary skills for thinking strategically and navigating uncertainty. Anticipate threats and opportunities. Effective leaders are continuously scanning the environment so they don't miss important signs of change that could help or hurt the organization. Challenge the status quo. Strategic thinkers question their own and others' assumptions and mental models. Interpret trends. Leaders look for patterns in what they see and hear and seek new insights rather than accepting the easy answer. Achieve alignment. To achieve the vision, everyone must be aligned in the same direction. To improve strategic leadership, leaders can identify weak points in these skills and work toward correcting them.